The morning sun over the sprawling hills of Beverly Hills did not look like the sun back in the hills of Tennessee, but Jed Clampett appreciated it nonetheless. He sat on the porch, his boots resting against the pristine white railing, looking out over the manicured lawn. There was a quietness in the air that usually meant one of two things. Either everyone was asleep, or someone was brewing up trouble. Inside the grand mansion, a completely different kind of energy was brewing. Jethro Bodine was looking at the massive kitchen with a sense of utter bewilderment. His cousin, Ellie Mae, was standing near the stove with a look of fierce determination on her face. In her hands, she held a wooden spoon that looked more like a weapon than a cooking utensil. "Chester, what are you doing?" Miss Jane Hathaway asked as she walked into the back courtyard, her eyes narrowing at the sight of the young man hauling a heavy wooden crate toward the vehicle. "I am taking you home," Chester replied with a grin that showed more enthusiasm than wisdom. "What for?" Miss Jane folded her arms, her professional demeanor shifting into one of deep suspicion. "So you can cook for me and take care of me," Chester said, as if this were the most logical conclusion in the world. "Are you mad?" Miss Jane asked, her voice rising an octave. "I thought you was bored." "Your mother always wanted a big wedding," Chester mumbled, scratching his head as he looked down at his dusty boots. "But if you insist, Willie Lowe." "I am awful sorry you got the wrong notion, Miss Jane," Chester said quickly, realizing he had stepped into dangerous territory. "You see, I ain't got marriage in mind. It is just cooking and such." "Oh, I see," Miss Jane said, her sigh carrying the weight of a woman who dealt with the unusual family on a daily basis. Back in the main kitchen, Jed Clampett walked in, sniffing the air with a cautious expression. The scent wafting from the oven was difficult to identify, somewhere between burnt rubber and boiled cabbage. "Granny has not returned from Petticoat Junction," Ellie Mae explained, wiping her brow with the back of her sleeve, leaving a streak of flour across her forehead. "And Ellie is trying to take her place. And it is pitiful." "Well, how is your Uncle Jed managing?" Miss Jane asked, entering the room just in time to hear the complaint. "I ain't seen much of him since Ellie commands cooking," Jethro whispered, slipping into the kitchen from the side door like a ghost escaping a haunted house. "If he has got his hiding places, I got mine." Jed cleared his throat, trying to look busy as Ellie Mae turned her sharp gaze toward him. "Oh, I was just getting rid of a few of these ants here," he muttered, pointing at a perfectly clean corner of the floor. "I don't say no." Jed started, but Ellie Mae intercepted him with a massive platter. "Oh, done a good job, didn't I?" "Sure did," Jed said, his voice lacking any real conviction. "And as a reward, I am going to give you a double helping of what I just cut," Ellie Mae beamed, piling a large, unidentifiable mass onto a plate. "Oh, Ellie, I don't think I am up to eating a full meal right now," Jed said, backing away slightly. "Why don't you just heat me up by a can of that fine tomato soup that is in there in the cupboard?" "Oh, but I fixed you a special treat that I might have all by myself," Ellie Mae said, her face falling slightly. "I call it my surprise loaf." Jed looked at the loaf, which seemed to be staring back at him. Oh, come on," he muttered to himself. "Oh, Ellie, I just thought of something. Guess what is going to be awful hurt if I eat without him? I will go find a boy."
"How?"
"Jethro ain't here. He took the truck and left." "When did he do that?" Jed asked, seeing a potential escape route. "Well, I think it was right after I told him I was going to cook a surprise loaf," Ellie Mae said thoughtfully. "More than likely," Jed muttered under his breath, already plotting his departure toward the front gates. Miles away, in a completely different county, a telephone operator was sweating through her uniform. "That is right, operator," a voice cracked through the wire. "She is at the Shady Rest Hotel in Petticoat Junction. But the nearest phone is at Sam Drucker's store in Hooterville."
Aha. Thank you. Bye."
"This is going to get a message to Granny to come to town and call," Sam Drucker said, wiping down the wooden counter of his general store. The bell above the door jingled loudly as a tiny whirlwind of a woman burst through the entrance. "Hi, Granny," Sam said, startled. "Howdy, Mr. Drucker." Granny snapped, her bonnet slightly askew but her energy radiating at 100%. "Did you send for me?" Well, yeah, Granny," Sam said, looking at the clock on the wall. How did you get here so fast? I run, Granny said simply, as if it were nothing. It is only 6 miles. Why didn't you catch the train? Sam asked, leaning over the counter. I did, Granny declared proudly. I caught it, and I passed it. Sarah? This is Sam. Sarah, Granny is here now, so you can get a hold of that Beverly Hills operator and have her call us back, huh? Thanks, Sarah. Well, Granny, how is Betty Jo's baby? Oh, just fine and dandy, Granny said, her face softening for a split second before tightening up again.
Now?
Sam questioned. Was something wrong? Something wrong, Granny scoffed. Mr. Drucker, what I done for that baby is a miracle. A medical miracle. What was wrong? What did you do? Sam asked, his curiosity getting the better of him. Oh, sorry, I can't tell you, Granny said, drawing herself up to her full, albeit short, height. That would be violating the confidence between the patient and the doctor. I wish I could tell you, but me being a physician, my lips are sealed. You understand? Oh, of course, Sam said, rolling his eyes out of her sight. But it was one doozy of a miracle. Now, if you was another doctor, I could tell you, Granny teased, leaning in. Have you ever been a doctor? No, Sam replied. Ever been a patient? Oh, yes, Sam said.
Oh.
Well, then I won't be violating the confidence between the doctor and the patient, Granny chuckled, completely abandoning her medical ethics in favor of good gossip. Mr. Drucker, in all my 60 years of doctoring, I have never been so shook up as I was the first time I peeked into that crib and saw Betty Jo's baby. It looked for all the world like an Airedale puppy. Jake's alive, and I thought Chester was an ugly baby. You say it looked like an Airedale puppy? Sam asked, incredulous. And not even the pick of the litter, Granny nodded solemnly. But I brought it back to normal with my miracle medicine. Say, Granny, as I remember, you left your spectacles in Andy Partner's jitney, so it just could be. Sam started, but Granny cut him off with a glare. Do you think I need these? I got eyes like a hawk, she insisted. I only use them for professional reasons, because you don't trust a young-looking doctor. The telephone on the wall began to ring with a loud, mechanical clang. I bet that is your call from Beverly Hills, Sam said, reaching for the receiver. I will get it. Hello?
Granny?
Yeah, this is Granny. Who is talking? This is Sam Drucker, but it ain't me. Sam Drucker is right here with me. Your other phone's ringing. Thanks, I will get it. Hello? 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 Oh, yeah, right here, Sarah. Granny, it is your call from Beverly Hills. Well, you take this phone and tell that smart aleck that it is against the law to play pranks on doctors and firemen, Granny commanded, stomping her foot. I will do that, Sam sighed, switching receivers. Hello? Hello, Granny? This here is Jethro. Speak up. Boy, we got a bad connection, Sam shouted into the mouthpiece. Oh, no you don't. Now, I got strict orders from Sam not to let you loose in the store. Now, come here. Come on. Last time, you went through a whole sack of dog biscuits, remember? Hello? Hello, Ernie? Oh, thank you. That is a better connection. Hi, Sam.
Granny?
Well, if it isn't a proud father, Granny said, taking the phone at last. Say, did those things come in that we ordered for the baby? Yeah, they are in the back, Sam confirmed. How is Betty Jo? Oh, she's fine, Granny said. The baby had a bad night, a voice through the wire added. Oh, Sam asked. Yeah, started howling about 3 this morning, kept it up till dawn. Good. Granny nodded to herself. The little thing reverted. Must have been a full moon last night. Granny.
Huh? Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jethro. What do you want? You gotta come home and cook for us. Jethro's voice wailed through the receiver, sounding utterly defeated. We need you something desperate. Not as desperate as they need me here, Granny retorted. Cooks are a dime a dozen. But where can the parents of that poor blighted baby get another miracle working doctor? Okay, come on back here. Wait, little baby, wait. That little boomer might be homely, but it is the fastest crawler I have ever seen. Back in California, Miss Jane was trying to assist the remaining Clampets with their domestic crisis. Jethro, I think I have the solution to your food problem, she said, guiding the young man down a busy sidewalk. This is an employment agency where you can hire maids, cooks, and all domestic help. Well, Miss Jane, I think you done saved my life, Jethro said, his face lighting up. How can I thank you? As the poet says, with hugs and kisses, debts are paid. When settling score, fix man and maid, Miss Jane quoted dramatically.
Dog.
I will be sure and hire a pretty one, Jethro cheered, bursting through the doors of the agency. A few hours later, Jed was sitting in the parlor when the front door burst open. Uncle Jed, where is Danny? Jethro yelled. That is what you call real soul food. Uncle Jed, Uncle Jed. Out here in the kitchen, Jethro, Jed called back. Jethro ran into the kitchen, nearly slipping on the linoleum. Uncle Jed, have I got a surprise? I don't think I can stay in another one today, Jed sighed, remembering the surprise loaf. Wait till you see her, Jethro grinned. Her? Jed raised an eyebrow. Miss Jane sent me to an employment agency, so I hired us an imported cook, direct from Italy, Jethro announced proudly. Well, fetch her in, boy, Jed said, always hospitable. She don't speak much English, but I done learned Italian, Jethro bragged, puffing out his chest. Just today? Jed asked, skeptical. Well, yeah, Jethro admitted. You got to remember, this is the brain of a 6th grader.
Now watch.